This is happiness, to be everything at once. Be unblinded, be unlearned, be unbridled and unburned.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Mood Prep. My name is Dave Nixon, and today I'm going to share a quote. I actually shared this quote on my socials. Oh, I don't know how long ago now. It would have been probably 2016, maybe 2017. And I'm pretty sure it was could have been 2015. Who knows? I shared it, and it was heavily based around myself at the time. I can't really remember the actual quote that I wrote with it, but it was in continue on the conversation of the quote anyway. I have no idea whose quote this is, simply a photo that I saw that I screenshotted and shared later on. So I'm going to share that with you now, and then I'm going to point out a few other things that I see with it today, in today's world. Here goes nothing. So the quote says, "Nobody will protect you from your suffering. You can't cry it away, or eat it away, or starve it away, or walk it away, or punch it away, or even therapy it away. It's just there, and you have to survive it. You have to endure it. You have to live through it and love it, and move on and be better for it, and run as far as you can in the direction of your best and happiest dreams across the bridge that was built on your own desire to heal." So, it's an interesting quote. At the time, I was in a very, very challenging period of my life, which included, like, I think my income got cut in half. I think I was earning below $30,000 at the time. A lot of troubles with the business sort of flipped itself on its head and was very challenging, massively challenging, really. And I went from having this really cruisy position and young business and everything sort of then, at least materially, from a materialistic standpoint, kind of flipped on its head, and everything that I asked for actually started to show up, right? It just started to show up in the lessons that I needed to learn in order to become the person that I so dearly wanted to become. And so this was really based around that pain that I was experiencing. Now, looking back at it, with my eyes today that I can see, let's look at the first part. Nobody will protect you from your suffering. Nobody. What that's saying there with the nobody part is that it's not anybody's job to protect you from your suffering. Nobody can actually protect you from the suffering, because even if they do, it becomes a codependency. Therefore, it's not actually... your suffering is still yours. It's yours. The issue for a lot of people is they don't want to own it. And this is a challenging thing, because suffering can be quite a complex issue. For each person, it's heavy. But nobody can do it except for you. The other key thing from that sentence is protect. Protect presupposes harm. The suffering that we once experienced is still here harming us, and I need protection from it. Well, I mean, the interesting thing, and it's so complex, and there's such a wide range of potentials around this. It's like, more often than not, it's not here harming us now. We're a different person now. We're grown up now. And we have the opportunity now, depending on the situation, I get it, but play along, to no longer be harmed by what was once harmful for us, right? It's a big thing. It's like, if we're trying to find protection, it presupposes we're not safe. And more often than not, we are safe. Look around. Look around in our lives. Are we trying to protect ourselves from something that's no longer here? The next part is the idea of surviving it, right? It's just there, and you have to survive it. You have to endure it. What that means is to move through it. And so often the sort of the pain that we're experiencing, right, the suffering, we want to be able to suppress it, or to put it and reject it, or whatever it may be, or hate it, or whatever. But as long as we do that, we give it life. It's actually moving through it, accepting it, right? Because that's what it moves on to say. And have to live through it and love it and move on and be better for it. To love it is to accept it. So all the good, all the bad, all the pain, all the pleasure, accept it all. And that's how we accept life. And that's how we live. The difference between life and live. Live is an actual doing word. It's to live. And that's all we ever are. That's all we ever do. Now, you look at this, it's like, Be better for it and run as far as you can in the direction of your best and happiest dreams. Run in the direction, in best case scenario, and to believe in yourself to go down that path. To believe in yourself, right? This is a big difference. We move from suffering to a sense of self-belief is a very, very, very big difference. And so what's key here is to really look at this and allow ourselves to now to understand that it's up to us, that we're no longer being harmed, to move through it. And the way that we move through it is to accept it. And once we accept it, we can start to move through towards the best case scenario outcome for us and self-belief. And we start shifting from this idea of what we're worth, what we thought we were worth, to now understanding that we have an opportunity to move through and write our different chapter for our life moving forward. And we have that. And then it goes on to say, the bridge that was built by your own desire to heal. You hear that? Your own desire to heal. The key thing there being desire and own. So it starts at the start saying nobody will protect, right? And at the end it says, built by your own desire. So at this stage now we've accepted it, we're owning it, moving through it, and now we're creating our own platform to be able to build our life post-suffering. And doesn't mean that suffering will never happen again. Of course it will. There's all variations of that. But the key thing is the desire to heal, the desire for change, the desire for a solution. And when the want to heal becomes stronger than the desire to hold on to what was, that's when change occurs. When we have so much moving forward that's really pulling us, and we accept it and we love it and we integrate it and we now thank it for its time and move forward. And it can sound so corny, right? All this shit can sound corny. The problem is it only sounds corny to people that don't believe it and stay where they are. You speak to somebody who has gone through this process, and what ends up happening is that they're like, I fucking get it. I just get it. The problem is it just seems so corny to so many people that they would prefer to be with their suffering, to be with their pain, to keep that identity. And the issue with that is that as long as we do that and we maintain it, we hold on to it. And if you could imagine the coffee cup analogy, if I'm holding on to a coffee cup and there's no more coffee left, right? But I'm in fear that this is the only coffee cup that I'll ever get given. I'm worried that no one else will ever give me anything else. The universe will never give me anything else. And so I hold on to it, and nobody ever offers me another drink, as long as I hold on to that coffee cup. And when I learned to realize that I just love that coffee cup and love the coffee whilst I had it, and now that it's empty, now that it's run its course, I'm going to put it down, and now the universe has an opportunity to offer me the next drink. The thing is, as long as I hold on to that coffee cup, in fear of not getting anything better, in fear of going, maybe this is all there is, until I let that go, whether that be beliefs, suffering, a job, a person, an identity, whatever it is, I'll never get another drink. And you'll be there thirsty, you'll be hungry, and you'll be complaining with this sore grip of holding on to something that once was. It's not here now, it's passed through us. It's time to let go and invite something new in. And on that note, team, I'm done. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you haven't already, jump on Facebook, search Mood Prep Online, and join the group there and join the conversation. Otherwise, you guys know the drill. Until tomorrow, peace and pizza. Kick today in the dick. Slay the dragon. I'll see you soon.